guys, we are at an Airbnb in San Diego doing a filming, and so you are going to be hearing, we're on a busy area, so you're going to be hearing cars, you're going to be hearing planes go over, you may hear dogs. There's actually construction going on, so if you guys hear that in the background, we are so sorry. These are things that we cannot control in our environment. So we're going to have you take a look. It is a funky beach house or ocean, located in Ocean Beach. It is Southern California, so we are in a busy area. So if you hear that in this video, we are not in the boutique anymore, so we can't really control our environment. So please excuse that while we do our videos. Skin types versus skin conditions, and how you tell the difference between the two, and how this will help you choose the right product for you. Hi, my name is Christy, and I've been treating clients with hyperpigmentation, acne, and other skin conditions for over 12 years, so that is what we're going to be talking about today. Oh, and remember to stay tuned for the pro tips. So many times in this industry, skin condition and skin types are changed interchangeably when they're actually two different things. So for example, skin type is actually what you are born with, and ethnicity and genetics pretty much influence your skin type. Skin condition actually changes day to day, and it can be influenced by the foods that you eat, your lifestyle, hormonal fluctuation, medications that you're taking internally or applying topically. So these are all the things that can influence it, and products that you use on a day-to-day basis can also influence how your skin condition is. So this is why you can change your products based on what is happening to your skin day to day or every couple of days. So let me give you an example. Let's say you have dry, mature skin, so you use a hydrating cleanser and everything that you're using is hydrating. Then you wake up one morning and you see you have a couple pimples on your face, just random pimples on your face. That is the day when you're not going to be using a cream-based hydrating, moisturizing cleanser. It would be better to be using a gel foaming cleanser. Now, depending on your skin type, you may be okay with just a gel foaming cleanser, but if you have these pimples that actually have pus in them, little pustules, you might be better off with an acne control cleanser, just until the acne lesions dry out and clear away. Let's say you're also using a hydrating sunscreen. So now you're using a hydrating cleanser, a hydrating serum. Everything is cream-based. So just until those acne lesions heal up, you can use an oil-free sunscreen and use actually a spot treatment on the breakout. So you're just slightly changing your skincare protocol just until your skin condition clears up. Then you can go back to your original skincare protocol. Now, here's another pro tip. This does not give you the excuse of changing your skincare products every single day. I listen to some of my clients who watch these different YouTube videos, and they buy all these different products, and so they're literally using different products all the time. So this is what can happen when you're doing it for extended period of time, is you can oversensitize your skin because of all the different ingredients and different pHs your skin has to deal with. And your skin is not showing results. You don't know what products are working for you, especially if it's for acne or lightening or anti-aging. You have to use the products consistently for at least 30 days to see the full extent and the benefit, especially if it's for lightening. So obviously, if you're using a product and you break out a couple days after it, okay, we know that it's that product. But when it's a results-focused product like a lightening serum, then you do need to use it consistently for at least 30 days. So there are 6 basic skin types. The first one is dry, or it could be alipoid. Acne, really oily, because acne is more of a skin, it's a disease. Then there's combination. Sensitive is actually more of a skin condition, but there's a lot of skin care lines that actually address sensitive skin types. And of course, normal, which all licensed skincare professionals love normal, because normal is normal. It's there's no real issues with that. It's very low maintenance. So there are actually 5 basic skin conditions that consumers usually buy skincare products for. So the first one is breakouts or acne. So those type of products you'll see oil control, acne control, purifying, clarifying, clearing. Allergies, so it's sensitizing. So you'll see products that will use the words calming, soothing, anti-redness for sensitive skin, or fragrance-free, hypoallergenic. Another one is pigmentation. So then they'll use words like lightening, brightening, evening out skin tone, addresses age spots, things like that. Another one is hydration. This is extremely popular in the skincare world. They use words like moisturize, hydrating, water loving. Another one is for premature aging. So when skincare products addressing premature aging skin conditions, they'll use words like, of course, anti-aging, plumping, smoothing, minimizing the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. Okay, so I just listed the more common skin conditions that consumers actually buy skincare products for, but these are actually 11 overall common skin conditions. So the first one is aging, another one is comedones, next one is cysts, next one of course is dehydration, then there's papules, pigmentations, and pore elasticity. The next one is redness, rosacea, sensitivities, and sun damage. So if you're finding this information helpful and you like information on product reviews, ingredients, skincare protocols, and you haven't subscribed to our channel, then we would love it if you subscribe to our channel and go ahead and give us a thumbs up, as well as hitting that notification bell to let you know when new videos come up. So the first type is dry skin or alipidic skin type, and obviously this skin type doesn't produce a lot of sebum. There's not a lot of sebum activity, and because of that also there's the pores are very, very small. They're not visible, so very, very small follicles. The texture of dry skin is actually smooth but tight. So a lot of times with dry skin, when washing your face, there is impaired barrier function, and so over time this skin type is actually more prone to faster signs of premature aging. So the opposite of dry skin is actually oily skin. So oily skin has overactive sebum activity. The pores tend to be larger. The texture is not smooth because you can feel the texture of the pores. The skin tends to be thicker. It also is more common. It tends to be more common in darker skin types, although not always. I don't want people who have fair skin that have oily skin saying, well, not me. So it tends to be more common the darker the skin is. Oily skin doesn't exactly mean breakout prone. They may have some fluctuations in their skin or their diet where they may get some breakouts. It's more common in oilier skin types, but that's kind of different. That's under acne skin type, even though technically acne is a skin disorder or skin disease, but it kind of gets categorized sometimes under a skin type. But the skin type that we're talking about is oily skin. However, one of the benefits of having oily skin, unlike dry skin, so the dry skin has the minimum pore, you can hardly see the pores. The oily skin, it does tend to age slower. Okay, so the next one is acneic skin type, and technically, even though, let's just clarify, it's not clinically a skin type, it's more of a skin disease. You hear sometimes acneic skin type. And acneic skin type, how it's different from oily skin is, yes, they do have oily skin, but that type of skin seems to always be battling breakouts. So when acne lesions are healing, it seems that new set of breakouts are developing. So it's always a struggle. This type of skin always seems to have some form, if not all, of papules, pustules, sometimes even cystic acne, but this type is very much similar to the oily skin type. However, the difference is battling more breakouts. It also tends to be reactive skin because this type of skin is always, people are always putting acne control medications. So whether they're using a combination of AHAs and other oil control, drying agents. Now their skin is super dry and flaking and bouncing back to oily because their the skin is dehydrated, so it overproduces oil. So it's always oscillating back and forth between being super dry and flaky, maybe even red and itchy, to being very, very oily and lots of breakouts. Okay, so the next one is normal skin. So normal skin is low maintenance. You may be able to see some pores, but it's not large pores. This type of skin is not reactive. They can use a whole combination of different products, and they don't react by breaking out a lot. They may have some occasional breakouts because the person is stressing out, some hormonal fluctuations. Maybe they are eating a lot of bad food over vacation, but overall, it's really low maintenance skin, and it doesn't react to products or treatments or anything like that. The reason why it's normal skin is because the skin has a way of balancing out water retention and as well as oil production. So all natural sebum's pH is not the pH isn't friendly to the bacteria that causes the breakouts. So combination skin can be anywhere from normal to oily or normal to dry. It is pretty common to see when they have oily areas. It's typically in the T-zone, or it could be one area of the T-zone. Most of the time the outer cheeks are the areas that tend to be drier, but it's a combination of any two skin types. And it becomes more apparent after puberty. And the pores in the areas that are oily tend to be a little bit more visible. And this is a skin type that actually benefits the most, because this is their actual skin type, in changing out products. And especially cleansers. They benefit the most with two different cleansers, because they have on a regular basis areas that are oilier and areas that are drier. And if you haven't caught that video on the best cleanser for me, that would be a great one to watch, and that will be right over here, right up here. So the next one is sensitive skin. Sensitive skin, obviously, it tends to be from the Northern European type of heredity. Not always, it's actually all over the world, but it's more common. The skin tends to be thinner. And they tend to be more reactive. They tend to have more redness, inflammation, irritation to products. It could be prone to product usage, environment, even emotions. These are your type of people that it's more common where if they get upset or embarrassed, you can actually see it right away in their face, their neck, and their chest. This skin type also is more prone to skin conditions such as Couperose and Telangiectasia, which are, the capillary type of activity, as well as Rosacea. So very reactive skin. So the two types of skin types that are the most difficult to treat based on my professional experience, and I've treated a lot of skin types and skin conditions, is acne and sensitive. And when they have both, it is very difficult to treat because both of them are very reactive to products and hormonal fluctuations and environment. But when they have both of them at the same time, whether it is genetically induced or it's induced by the products that they're using, the reason why it can be very difficult, the very products that you're using to heal those acne lesions and kill that bacteria and control that oil can oversensitize their sensitive skin. So it's always a tricky, and it varies so much based on the individual. So a lot of it can be trial and error, and both of those types of skin types are very high maintenance skin types. And what I mean by that is these are the skin types that you want to use good quality products. They cannot get away with using cheaply made products because their skin will react. And they're high maintenance because a lot of times they cannot get away with neglecting their skin. There's high upkeep with this skin type just to kind of normalize their skin, whether it's reducing the inflammation, reducing the redness, healing those acne lesions, or the oil control, and then trying to do all of that at the same time. Because sometimes the products are on opposite ends of the pH scale. So here comes another pro tip. If you have sensitive skin and you are breakout prone, you still need some exfoliation. However, I would focus more on enzyme-based exfoliants versus the AHA type of exfoliants, meaning glycolic acid. So lactic acid is a more hydrating, a more gentle type of exfoliation. If you can find the ones that are more enzymatic, so having bromelain or papain. So these are more derived from, bromelain is actually derived from pineapple and papain is derived from papaya. So if you're not allergic to those two, those can work. Sometimes though you still need some type of acids if you can tolerate it, and out of all the AHAs, lactic acid is the least irritating. Salicylic acid is a beta hydroxy acid, and if you can tolerate that, you can use that, maybe not all over but more of a spot treatment. So this is a really good example of how confusing it can be trying to address skin conditions and at the same time skin types. And so this is a very good example of how confusing it can be even for a professional like myself in trying to treat and address skin conditions along with the skin type. If you'd like to take a skin quiz on trying to narrow down, get some guidelines on products to use, then I'll go ahead and include a description or link in the description for taking a skin quiz. And if you would like a more personalized consultation to get really narrowed down the skin products that you are using or what you should be using, there is a consultation on there with a $40 credit towards skincare products, and that link will also be included in the description below. Remember, makeup is an art and skincare is a science.